Hello everyone. Once again, I am come with you part two. My name is Bahadur Mori and I am an English and SS teacher in Sahajanand English Medium School at Nartej, Pune. And today I am going taking to social science chapter standard 9 chapter number 1 part 2. Standard 9 chapter number 1 part 2, rise of British rule in India. As we know that previous part we talked about the how the British how Turkish Muslim conquered the Constantinople. I just recall the every point that we learned previous part. First thing we have to recall it. Constantinople conquered by Turkish Muslim in 1453, right? By Turkish Muslim. First thing. That's why European country need to find a new sea route to India because Turkey Muslims conquered the Constantinople in 1453. Yeah. So why European country need to find a new sea route to India? What was the reason? Reason is that because at that time India was a very precious and very wealthy country, and every country want to trade with India, right? And demand of Muslim silk, cloth, etc. more increase in a European country because Constantinople was conquered by Turkish 1453, so they need to find a new sea route to India. So the new geographical discovery began. So first thing, who tried to first one? Portuguese King Prince Henry. I told you few character names you have to memorize. First is Portuguese King Prince Henry. In the first paragraph, Portuguese King Henry. He support to the brave sailor and give support him equipmentally, financially. So many of sailor tried to find a new sea route to India. One of the name is Bartholomew Diaz, who discovered Cape of Good Hope. 2 points, Cape of Good Hope. Second thing, after that support from the King Spain, Christopher Columbus. Basically, Christopher Columbus is an Italian explorer. Columbus from Italy, right? It's Christopher Columbus is an Italian explorer, and support from King Spain. He tried to find a new sea route to India, but accidentally he reached to West Indies, and the West Indies is a totally new land, right? But end of his life, Christopher Columbus thought that I found a new sea route to India, but that was false. It's not true. That we know all that, right? So one more character, his name is Amerigo Vespucci. Amerigo Vespucci clarified that Christopher Columbus found not a India, but he found a West Indies. He found a totally new place, and that's why that particular area is called America. Name of Amerigo Vespucci. उसके नाम पर ये नाम रखा हुआ है अमेरिका. Then one more here the route of how the Cape of Good Hope and Turkey, Iraq and the sea is a Constantinople center of the trading center that we already learned. And finally the Portuguese sailor Vasco da Gama, who discovered the new sea route to India in 1498. Portuguese sailor Vasco da Gama discovered the sea route to India in 1498. This is the underline that we told about it. And where he reached the Calicut port. Where? Calicut port, western coast of India, and there King Jamorin, Calicut King Jamorin welcomed to the Portuguese sailor Vasco da Gama, and King Jamorin gave permission to Vasco da Gama, a Portuguese sailor, to trade here, and he permission to establish his port, right? A fort over here, and he permission to trading, right? So this how this incident considered as a very historical moment. How the European got the get to reach to India. Got the get to reach to India. This is the incident. Vasco da Gama found a new city to India, right? So now I hope you all revisions many 2 times I think, right? Now I am going to check a second part. Very interesting related to our history. So please use for hands free more whenever you are if you study online through video. So we all know, right? Pandemic is going on, so we have to study at home. So as a teacher, it's my duty that I should provide a good quality education through online. I give my best to deliver education, right? But this platform for me, for you, for many of students have a new, right? So if you use a hands-free earphone, so much better to you can listen my voice very clearly, and line by line I explain every words, and which I told this one is very important, so make a underline. I told you I will tell you which one is important, underline, right? And every words that I emphasize, right? And I told you that you have to write in a fair book point wise. Clear? Now without any further ado, I am going to further see second point. Arrival of Europeans to India, arrival of British and established trade center. See, now second part. Arrival of European to India. First European arrival to reach to India, and arrival of British and established of trade center. Now this is about how the European country came to India and British came to India. In this part you will learn. I think you also taught in the standard 8 how the British arrive in India and how they establish his rule. You already taught about in standard 8. Here some more information, little increase information. Okay, I am going to read. Listen, and you also focus in your book. The Portuguese were the first to arrive in India for trade after the discovery of sea route to India. Please make a underline this one. The Portuguese were the first to arrive in India for trade after the discovery of sea route to India. Please underline. Who were the first to arrive in India for trade after the discovery of the sea route to India? If I ask you, if in the exam in the question arise, so your answer is Portuguese were the first. Portuguese were the first to arrive in India for trading after the discovery of new sea route to India, right? Which sailor discovered the sea route to India? Vasco da Gama. Who? Vasco da Gama. Vasco da Gama from where? Vasco da Gama from where? Memorize or not? Vasco da Gama, Portuguese sailor. That means he is from Portuguese, right? And Christopher Columbus from Italy, suffered from Spain king. Got it? So this one line clear. Now second line. Within a span of 100 years, span that means duration, cover it, span, extend it, that within a span of 100 years, within a 100 year, right, the Portuguese took control of several territories like Diu, Goa, Kochi, Malacca, etc. So within 100 years, what did Portuguese extend their territory? First, he reached to Calicut, got permission from Chamorin, King Chamorin, Calicut King Chamorin, and they started his trading at that time there. So he greediness increased and he want to extend and explore his business, extend his business in India. So they started the increase his level in India. So Portuguese took control in several territories like Diu, Daman, Goa, Kochi, Malacca. They extend his territory Diu, Daman, Kochi, Malacca. As we know that in the 8th standard In the 8th standard we already talked about it. Okay, one of the he started his first Goa conquest in 1506, right? He conquered the Goa 1506, and he also appointed one of the officer, one of the commanding officer. His name is Albuquerque. What name? You also already taught in the 8th standard. Albuquerque is the commanding chief. He appointed by the Portuguese, and Albuquerque conquered the Goa in 1506, right? And they also extend his territory to the Diu, Daman, and Kochi and Mollusca, right? These are within 100 years the Portuguese expand his territory, right? So inspired by the Portuguese success, see, listen, this more information comparison to 8th standard here over here. Inspired by the Portuguese success in trade, the Dutch from Holland and the Danish from Denmark arrived in India for trade. Please make a bracket. Only one question for Dutch and Danish. So Dutch and Danish arrived in India for trading. Why? Yeah, who inspired the Dutch and the Danish people to arrive in India and started the trading in India? So one answer is Portuguese. Dutch from Holland and Danish from Denmark. The people who inspired by the Portuguese, the Dutch people and Danish people thought that if the Portuguese can extend his business and he getting more and more profits, so why we not? At that time they thought that if they do, so why we not? If they did, so why we not? So they inspired by the Portuguese, they came to India and they started the business. Clear? In India for trade, that means business, right? The English trader established the East India Company to carry out trade with India. The English traders, that means English traders established the East India Company to carry out trade with India. In 1600 AD, when Queen Elizabeth of England gave the permission to the East India Company to carry out trade with the eastern countries, the first ship under the leadership of Captain William Hawkins arrived in Surat. Now I pause it and now I explain you, so don't worry. Okay, so you have to memorize 1600. East India Company established in which year? In 1600 with the permission of King Elizabeth. England Queen Elizabeth gave the permission to establish the East India Company in year 1600 AD. Clear? And they gave the permission to carry out the business in the eastern country, that means our eastern side country, Pakistan, China, Japan, right? These are the eastern side countries. The first ship arrived in India under the leadership of Captain William Hawkins. Please underline the first ship under the leadership of Captain William Hawkins arrived in Surat. Put that. Started you underline from the first ship under the leadership of Captain William Hawkins and arrived in Surat here. So 2 points you have to memorize. One, when was East India Company established? So here is our 1600 AD. Who gave the permission to carry out a business in eastern countries? So Queen Elizabeth of England. And when was which ship first came to India? Name is who is the leader? Captain Hawkins. Who the first captains? Right? Who the first person from England? English, right? Who came to India first? And he arrived in a Surat after find a new Surat to India. वो याद रखना जरा. So Captain William Hawkins arrived in Surat. Please वहाँ तक underline कर लेना. But due to the dominance and opposition from the Portuguese, they were not allowed to establish their trade there. Now, they came to India and they reached to Surat, arrived to Surat, but there already Portuguese available, right? Because Vasco da Gama came to India exactly in 1498, right? Within 100 years, they expand his business and all over India, Diu, Daman, Kochi, right? Support from the Albuquerque, his army chief, he appointed army chief, he conquered to Goa 506. So the dominance, that means effect, उसके असर होना, the dominance of the Portuguese, that particular area Surat and that area, they didn't get a permission from particular king, they didn't get permission because of dominance of Portuguese, right? The first time they came to India and they started his journey, and he came to India and arrived in Surat with the leadership Hawkins, Captain William Hawkins, but due to the Portuguese dominance, they didn't get a permission. But finally the East India Company got the permission from Mughal Emperor. See, but finally, how they get the permission, I will tell you, but here I just want to read first time. But finally the East India Company got the permission from the Mughal Emperor Jahangir. Please make underline. The British East India Company got the permission from which Mughal emperor? To Jahangir. Your answer is Jahangir. So started on the line from over here. The East India Company got the permission from the Mughal emperor Jahangir. वहाँ तक. This is your second part. You have to memorize and underline it. And thus the British East India Company established its first trade center, that means Koti, in Surat in 13, right? So one more you have to point, the British East India Company established the first trade center at where? At Surat in which year? 1613, 1613, right? This is one more important year. 1600, right? They established the East India Company, first point. King Elizabeth gave the permission and carried out the business in the eastern countries, second point. The first ship arrived in India from England, right? East India Company, under the leadership of Captain William Hawkins, right? But at that time, due to the Portuguese dominance, they didn't get the permission. But after the how they got the permission, right? And who gave the permission? One more name. Mughal Emperor Jahangir. Mughal Emperor Jahangir gave to permission to East India to do the trading over here, right? And they established its first Koti, that means first trading center in Surat. First trading center in Surat. In which year? 1613, right? Initially, the company established trade center in Surat, Bharuch and Ahmedabad. Then after he just extended his center for Surat, then Bharuch and Ahmedabad. So now the British journey began. Jahangir gave the permission. Which year? 1613 they established his first Koti, first trading center is Surat, 130 year, 1613. Right, he started his journey from 1600. He established the East India Company in 1600 year. Right, this year name. Then after what happened? We learn. But due to the strong presence of the Marathas in this region, the companies sensed danger to its existence and hence moved toward the south and east direction, where they set up their center in Machilipatnam, Andhra Pradesh, St. George, Chennai, and Fort William, Kolkata, and Mumbai became their headquarters in 1687. See, but due to the strong presence of the Marathas in this region, now what happened? England East India Company finally got permission from Jahangir. First East India Company came to India in which year? They first trading center established in the Surat, right? 1630. Who gave the permission? Jahangir gave the permission. First Captain Hawkins, William Hawkins tried to get the he tried to go to permission from Jahangir, but Jahangir didn't give permission to William Hawkins. But one person who got the permission, after who came to India and who got the permission, this is your query, right? So if the one person name is a Sir Thomas Roy, what name? Sir Thomas Roy. Sir Thomas Roy got permission from Jahangir. How he convinced who and how, and Jahangir gave to permission to Sir Thomas Roy, right? Captain William Hawkins didn't get permission from Jahangir, but Sir Thomas Roy got permission from Jahangir, and finally the East India Company established its first trading center in Surat, right, in 1630, and he started his business and expanded his territory to the Surat, Bharuch, Ahmedabad. Then after what happened? At that time, at this era, I want to show the map over here. The map, see, a star is a Portuguese colony. Colony, that means that is territory. Surat, star is a Daman, Diu, Goa, Calicut, Kochi. These are the Portuguese colony when was the Britisher they all are came. 3 all are including. Then this is the second is a French colony. You can see the Mahe and the Pondicherry, Karakkal. These are the French colony, and the British colony at that time Surat, Mumbai, right? Surat and Mumbai. These are, and other is a Kolkata. After we will learn about it Kolkata after that. But so Surat, Mumbai, and Kolkata. These are the British colony, right? This European colony, these 3 countries from the Europe country, these are the European countries, right? And here is the colony in that year, that Portuguese and all the countries were available in India at that time. The territories including in this area. British colony, the Fort St. George, Chennai, Madras, right? These all are the territory of these 3 European countries at that time. Now further, I want to going to further. See, at that time, 1 second, okay. At that time, due to the presence of the Marathas in this region, this area, the Surat, Ahmedabad, and Maharashtra, Bharuch area, there is a 2 months dominance of Marathas. At that area, dominance of Marathas, the company sense danger to the existence. So the company feel that dangerous. They feel that if we are doing continuous business over here, so Maratha will be conquered to us, and we will destroy all things. So British are very smart people, so they want to move this place to other place for his trading, because at that time Maratha was very strong position, in a very strong position. So British are thought that if we continue over here, so Maratha will be conquer us and we will lost everything, right? So they move toward the south. Which area? Toward the south and east direction, right? He moved toward the south and east direction, where they set up their center. Which one? Underline it. Machilipatnam, Andhra Pradesh. Second underline St. George, Chennai, and Fort Williams, Kolkata. I just show you on map, right? Mumbai become their headquarter. Please make a bracket. Mumbai become their headquarter in 1687 AD, right? So Mumbai become his headquarter in 1687. See, 1600 they established East India Company. Then King Elizabeth gave to permission to carry out business in the eastern area. They came to India. Captain William Hawkins, who the first Britisher who came to India, they set to his foot in India. Right? He tried to get he tried to got the permission from the Jahangir, but Jahangir didn't give permission to Captain William Hawkins, with his and then after. One more sailor came to India. His one more name is the man is who? Captain Thomas Roy. Captain Thomas Roy got permission from Jahangir. right? And finally he got the permission and he established the trading center Kothi in Surat 1613, right? And they extend his business Surat, Bharuch and Ahmedabad. One more reason why they toward to the southeast and the south and east direction. Why? Because of presence of Maharaj, dominance of Marathas at that particular area. There is a dominance, presence and effect of Marathas. So they felt unsecure. They felt unsecure. That's why they want to move, and they want to move toward to the south and eastern direction. Clear? So they at that area they established his trading center, Machlipatanam, Andhra Pradesh, St. George, Chennai, and Fort William, Kolkata. Right? So in that time Mumbai become their headquarter. Mumbai become their headquarter in 1687. So 3 years, 1600, 1613 and 1687. But this 3 years including to British, England, 1600, 1613 and 1687. Clear? 3 names. Captain William Hawkins, Sir Thomas Roy is not available, but he got the permission from Jahangir. Then Jahangir, right? And some places named, the cities Surat, Bharuch, Ahmedabad, Surat main things, and the Mumbai headquarter. Clear? So these are the main important information. Now further, one more country who dominance at that time, effecting and presence of at that time. 3 countries: Portuguese, French, and Britishers. We talked about Portuguese, right? How Portuguese arrive and how got permission, how they extend his territory, and then British colony. And third one is a French colony. Colony yani his presence, his trading center, and he make a colony. Our society like, so he make his colony, his culture, his style, his systems. They want to start it, and they build the area, and they constructed his science, his cultures, his manner, his method. They apply to the particular, and they become a colony. कॉलोनी आती है हमारे सोसाइटी कॉलोनी दिस लाइक दिस सेम वे. So for the third one, the French East India Company. East India Company from England, and now second is the French East India Company arrived in India for trade in 1668. Please underline. The French East India Company arrived in India in 1668 and eventually set up their trade center in Mahe, Karaikal, Pondicherry, and Chandranagar, Machlipatanam, etc. Please underline over here, the East India Company arrived in India in 1668 and they started its journey trading center for the Mahe, Karaikal, Pondicherry, and Chandranagar and Machlipatanam. In the 18th century, the English and the French were constantly busy establishing their rule in the entire world. See, very important line. In the 18th century, in this century, French and English were constantly, continuously busy to establish their rule, establish their colony in the entire world and conquering more territory. So in the 20th century, French and English were constantly busy to expand his business, expand his territory, expand, conquer the more countries, more territory. So in the 18th century, please make bracket, between 1746 and 1763 there were 3 Karnataka war between the French East India Company and the British East India Company in India, which the French East India Company lost, thus making easy the expansion of the British East India Company. Now underline this point only, between 1746 to 1763 there were 3 Karnataka war between French East India Company and British East India Company. Please underline 3 Karnataka war between French East India Company and British East India Company in India, which the French East India Company lost. Who lost in the Karnataka war? French East India Company. The French East India Company lost his war, and that's why British have more opportunity. Now is always open, there is no competitor, and thus the end of this battle of power, the Portuguese were left with Diu, Daman, Goa, while French had their trade center in Chandranagar, Mahe, Karakkal and Pondicherry, and meanwhile the Dutch had to live forever. See, now I explain little information about how the Portuguese lost their territory because of the expand his he want to expand his business. He also moved toward to the east side. They started the business in Bengal and all that. That area, one of the chief Mughal chief over there, they complained to the Jahangir about the Portuguese. And about the Portuguese, right? Sorry. Somehow Portuguese also lost his territory, and they also limited from particular area. We already taught about in 8th standard how the Portuguese lost. Portuguese limited in the Diu, Daman and Goa, and French limited only in a trade center in Chandranagar, Mahe, Kerala and Pondicherry, and meanwhile Dutch had to live forever. Thus there is no place to in India, but British expand more and cover more area, conquer more area. French lost his war in the Karnataka war. So these are important points. These how now main war will be this. After that, Battle of Plassey. We will learn about Battle of Plassey. We will see about Battle of Plassey in part 3. Right. So please, every underline point you will write in your fair books. Important character name. You have to make a list in your fair book, right? And make your own digest. I hope you got every point. I might try my best to explain you, right? In the my way. I try to easy language. So please go through it once more again, and write down every point. Please stay home, stay safe, and be happy. Right. Have a nice day. Next video, part 3 will be soon according to our timetable. Got it? So please and use headphone, right? Hands free, right? And use more and revision day by day, right? So please have a nice day. Take care. Next part will be soon in the next video. Goodbye.